Let's be a little more subtle.
Hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of Loot Die Repeat, where a bunch of us mourners are sitting around, rolling dice, laughing at each other, and doing some collaborative storytelling known as Dungeons and Dragons. And we are thankful that you're here with us as we go into this new part of our adventure. If you would like to catch any of the past episodes, you can go to YouTube, where all 60 plus of them are there. We would certainly appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel. That would help us out. And if you are watching here live on Twitch, we thank you. Would encourage you to be active in the chat and perhaps even consider following us here on Twitch. Now, as a way of saying thank you to our live viewers, we're going to have some giveaways tonight. And tonight we have at least 2 giveaways. And we are hopeful that we can also reach the culmination of our February month and get enough to give away this big guy here. But we're definitely going to be giving away these orange dice. So those are going to be handed out tonight. And we have these 2 minis here at the base. I don't know if you can see them. They're kind of obscured. We got this cool dwarf dude and this barbarian guy here. So we're going to be giving away the dwarf and the barbarian and the dice for sure. And if we get 6 more new or gifted subscriptions, then we will qualify to give this guy away. And we're going to give him away, hopefully, once we hit those numbers, the last Tuesday of February. So that's coming up here, I think, in 2 weeks. No, I guess that's next week. Right? Yeah, next week. So next week, if we get, between now and next week, we get 6 new or gifted subscriptions, we will give this awesome dragon dude away. It's by McFarlane, and so much
Seth?
Cool detail.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Don't know.
If you would like to affect the game tonight, then there are several ways that you can do so. If you cheer 100 bits, you can give advantage to any of the players at the table. And for 500 bits, you can give disadvantage to the Dungeon Master. Or for a new subscription or a gifted subscription, you can give a disadvantage to the Dungeon Master as well. For 1,000 bits, a healing potion will materialize in the world somewhere for the party to use. And if you want to give many more than that, then we will forever be in your debt, and you just let us know what you want to do. Apart from that, you can also type in !commands, and I'll tell you all kinds of different commands that we have active, a little recap of what has gone before, and kind of some of the other fun stuff, games and experience and things like that Scooby-Doo, our moderator, has put together. So we are appreciative of that. All right, well, we unfortunately had our bard killed last week. So I guess that means no more theme song? No. He will be back once his character creation is complete. So in lieu of our theme song tonight, we are just going to jump right into our recap. And unfortunately, as you can see with, as you'll be able to see in a moment, we're missing our monk, and of course our bard is dead. So we'll have some new character for him sometime soon. Maybe, possibly.
We'll see if we let him back.
We'll see, maybe we will. Maybe we won't. I think we probably will.
He's trying to make a character that doesn't sing Twitterverse. Nope, Twitchverse.
I think he'll sing. It's in his bones. All right. Well, without further ado, let us have our recap. And so, the day is the 16th of Eliasis, which is mid-August, if you are keeping track. And our party is mourning. For after having traveled to Saltmarsh and agreeing to recover a lockbox from a derelict ship to secure payment for the healing of Dundee, the party traveled to this ship, and after climbing aboard and finding a monk who kind of gave them some insight into what they would encounter thereupon, the party was unable to communicate well with each other, and amidst some, well, perhaps foolish engagement, bungled into setting off the alarm for the sentries who were standing watch. And upon doing so, well, a number of enemies converged upon them. Minotaur flanked them along with several devils and demons who were oddly working in conjunction with each other. And from the lower decks, streams of possessed pirates attacked and eventually overwhelmed the Revengers. And as Kildrick fell to their blows, followed by Jaga, Eli made the decision to use the hopper to teleport the party back to Waterdeep. Rushing to the Temple of Light, where the Lightkeeper Thranduin, Nigh Thranduin, waited. The party, well, really, Morthos, made the executive decision to seek to revive Kildrick, the dwarf, even though Nye said there was only one diamond available, and therefore one revivification available. As the party sought to assist Nye in finding the wandering soul of Kildrick, the party was only marginally successful, and as Nye concentrated through her hour-long ritual, she was unable to connect with his spirit and call him back. And the ritual failed. Kildrick passing on to wherever his soul went. The party, distraught, traveled back to their home in Trollskull Manor, called the Spirit Within, an old manse that they had converted the bottom into a small bar, and kept it in the had entrusted their old travel mate Jax to oversee. But as they returned, they found that she was gone and had been gone for several days now. Wolfram, meanwhile, left to find another diamond, and calling in a favor from one of his own old clients who he did some calligraphy work for, he was able to secure, after some successful bartering, another diamond that would do in the revivification process for Jaga. Now all the party had to do was secure the remaining 1,700 gold. And so as Wolfram returned to Trollskull Manor, and Morthos found a letter in Jax's room calling her to the Barnacled Banister, which is a bar in the dock ward of which the party is familiar. The Revengers now must decide how they are going to move forward and raise the needed funds to seek to bring Jaga back to life, and then what they were going to do from here. And so as Wolfram arrives, Sola is meditating in the corner by herself with Mala Malama standing over her. Zeus is nowhere to be found, as he was left back in Saltmarsh, and Kyle and Candy are kind of playing quietly in the corner. Yanni and Eli are kind of sitting and thinking to themselves, Wolfram, as you walk through the door, and Morthos comes down from the upstairs. Oh. Thank you for the subscription. We appreciate that. Only 5 more, and we will be able to give this guy away next week. And so,
do they count if they go from Amazon subscriptions to Tier 1 subscriptions?
I don't know. I didn't think about that.
Okay.
Yeah, it turns into $5.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I haven't.
You haven't thought about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's a new subscription or a a gifted sub, then yeah, we will
Okay.
give that away. So
Cool.
thank you.
Hey yo.
So, as the melancholy mood hits you all, what are you guys doing?
Wolfram walks in the door, says, "Whoa! I thought it was a garbage dump in here, but it looks rather nice."
And indeed, this man's has been fixed up. The repairs are complete. The roughly 1,500 gold well spent. And there was some gold made that Kyle and Candy had let you know. Morthos, you were able to find 230 gold that was put away for the operation of the business over the last month and a half or so. And Wolfram has taken notice to this.
Eli.
Yeah.
I found this letter. It is a letter to Jax. You know what this means.
What's it say?
I would give it to you, but the gist of it is that she was summoned to the Barnacle Bannister if she wanted to see you alive. You know this must be Artemia.
Of course
she
it is.
must be. Obviously, you are not dead, but she is. I don't know. Could she be trying to use Jack as leverage? Or I don't know what she would do with Jax.
Well, I have 2 outstanding life debts to
This-
an undying being.
Oh, do you?
We know that this letter is false and that she was summoned there under false pretense,
Yeah.
so it cannot be good.
No.
Is this Jack's pretty?
Yes.
Should we go save her now then? Oh man.
Yeah.
Damsel in distress, it sounds like.
Yeah. Active kidnapping, right, Sola?
Well,
Yeah.
I agree that it is important we go after Jax. You know as well as I do, if she is, I hate to say it, dead, it is too late. And she has been gone now for days. And you know that we cannot take Artemia
No.
ourselves.
Not at all.
Especially when we have just lost Gilderic, and Jaga is still dead.
He's still down. I think
We need to bring our party back as strong as we can.
if we even want to talk, I agree. I think we have to get there soon, but we've got more pressing matters. We got a guy who's dead.
We got to take care of Jaga first.
But we need gold and a diamond. We don't have either.
Let's go downstairs and talk with the rest.
Alright.
As you come down, Wolfram is digging into his bag and he pulls out the collar of bonding, the rope of climbing, and puts it on the table, the Reapwood insult sword, puts it on the table.
There was Gilderic's.
Well, they were. I figured we needed it more than the temple. Plus,
Did you-
your dog. Somebody's gonna need to talk to him. Not me, though.
See, I thought he'd be perfect for you.
We
Please,
might keep an
no.
old man company.
Yeah.
Sola opens
I
her
have enough friends. This
So,
one and this one.
opens her eyes and walks towards you, and she says, "Tell me you didn't desecrate his body."
There was no desecration involved.
Sola, think of it like this. It is a part of him that will carry on.
He'll always be with us.
He'll always be with us. Speaking of which, you by chance did not remove his gauntlets.
Oh,
I think they would make a good match with my leggings.
oh, gauntlets.
Morthos, the body's not even cold yet, man.
Well,
Yes,
let us
I'm
be.
not. Yanni's not actually. Let
Have
this
you
be-
no respect for the dead?
Sola. I grabbed these so that the mission that Kildrick wanted us to complete could more easily be completed. As I pull the greaves out, put them on the pile of the stuff. And I also put my life on the line to collect this.
Is that
As
the
I
diamond?
pull out the diamond.
Where did you get that?
I desecrated someone for it, and I slam it on the table.
Oh, well, that's one thing down. Now we just need 1,700
She
gold.
shakes her head and walks back to the corner and sits down, closing her eyes again, continuing her meditation.
And we owe a debt.
Another debt.
What debt? Is it a life debt?
I don't think he holds that much power, but I would like to honor this. It's a business relationship I'd like to keep.
Who is it?
Oh, the jeweler.
Oh, Lefroy?
Lefroy. Yes, and
Is that like that drink that doesn't really taste like much, but it's sparkling?
Oh no, that's that new company, LaCroix.
Oh.
It's way down south. Yeah.
that's precisely where we need to go.
Down south?
We're looking for some stones.
Okay. Did he give you any more information?
Yes.
Which was?
Gizmo has a key
Oh, alright.
to get into a cave to collect a bunch of stones. That's all. So we must speak with Gizmo.
Okay.
And there's a
Gizmo
deadline.
There's a deadline?
Well,
It just keeps getting better and better.
Type of
diamonds are
deadline?
expensive and rare. I believe we have
Wolfram, what did you promise?
2 months. We could collect these stones for
Well,
him.
Well, if we go down south, we can collect some of those things for Lord Enda in Saltmarsh too. 2 birds, 1 stone, if you will.
Sola stands up again. How can we deal with stones when the world is gonna end? What are we doing? What is our purpose?
Your wisdom has cut through me. Maybe one time. And I believe you've said in the past that to save one could mean to save them all. Or something like that. And we still have to save Yaga. So I traded this to get the chance to bring Yaga back.
And as much as
She sits down again in a huff.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have a diamond. We
so
need
we need
the gold.
1,700.
I have
I-
500 I can kick in.
I found 230 gold that the bar apparently has made that I will give to this endeavor.
Okay.
And you have found, if
No,
you're going
that-
to keep that to yourself, that's fine, but there was also 240
I know.
gold in Jax's personal
Right.
stash.
Yeah, you gave up 2 grand. Why not?
I'm just,
Alright, so that's, 700. We need another 1,000.
Yes, we do.
Oh, I've got
So-
about 100.
Sola,
I'm pretty rich.
Alright, we need 900 now.
do you remember those beads that you wanted?
Beads?
yes.
I believe Wolfram
Yes?
was going to offer to buy them for you with the spices that he sold. Would you be willing to give up those beads to save Jaga?
Yes, of course. No second thoughts. If we have the funds, Wolfram, that
The choice was always yours. He reaches in a bag and thinks of 1,000 gold pieces. And 1,000 gold pieces come out.
Oh my god.
Mixes them in with the pile of stuff he put on the table. Another thing!
she looks at you very seriously. And very seriously, thank you. I really appreciate this.
For the mission.
Well, time's a wasting.
Let's go. Also, who's Gizmo?
I know
Oh.
where he is.
Do you see these?
There's.
That is Gizmo that helped me create these.
Can I perform this task again today?
We can
That's a
go
good
ask.
point.
And when you, when Morthos kind of unsheathed the blades, you saw 2 blades that were previously hidden emerge out of his hands when he flicked his wrists.
Oh yeah, true. I don't know if you've ever seen
And
that.
so you see that there's this mechanical mechanism kind of down his sleeve that he has the ability to unfurl and to hide at his will.
Very
Get
cool.
that with your hammers. Goes back into your sleeve.
like it.
You just have a massive bulge on your wrist.
Gizmo is quite
on the
the
wrist?
thinker.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
friend or
Very.
foe, or just neutral?
He is,
Oh,
I would say, definitely friend.
yeah.
Okay.
Eccentric, for
Yes,
sure.
a little odd.
A little crazy.
However,
So he fits right in with the group.
Yeah, we helped him out with kind of a Xanathar problem way back in the day. Or the other one.
Bolo?
And you said he has
What was the other
a
one?
key to a
Zentarum.
cave?
Zentarm.
Key to a cave? That's Gizmo has it? Or he has the jewels we're supposed to get?
Gizmo has a key to a cave.
Did Lefroy say where the cave was in the south?
Maybe. I was mostly thinking about the diamond and how sad I was about Yaga.
Your
I
eyes don't
wasn't-
reveal anything.
That's right. I really wasn't listening. We can check in with him another time.
Alright.
For the sake of administration, are you guys just leaving those items piled there? Who is taking
Oh.
them?
I pick
Oh.
up the rope and I hand it to Morthos.
That's a good idea.
And then I pick up the collar and I say, Kildrick would have wanted you to have this.
Oh, miss that little buddy.
I really think that I could use this
What's this?
cane of insult, but if one of you needs a ranged sort of attack while we're in battle to take an enemy down, here it is. It's also a rapier, which is magical. Who does not have a magical weapon?
The dead guy.
Partly the reason why I'm there. You shove it into my pocket.
This is to
I
make
say-
up for the desecration previously. An offering submitted.
I thought you did it in preparation.
Desecration, preparation. They're all the
Eight.
same thing. Alright, let's gather up the golden diamond and go. See if she can do it today.
I'm exhausted. Does anyone else feel like they just got defeated in a fight on a boat in the ocean?
What time is it?
It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, not that tired.
So you were defeated on the boat in the ocean about
45 minutes ago.
about 5 hours ago.
Okay. Ah, well, that's our problem. We started way too early in the morning. Everyone knows we're a mid-afternoon.
I don't do well if I don't get my beauty sleep.
Okay,
I just
well,
don't do well in general.
we can make the trek.
Alright, but we know 3 people are gonna have to pray for Jaga.
Is this our... We have another 2.5 days.
Yeah.
Should we figure out what's happening with Artemia first?
Nope.
I would rather
We need to be full force.
get Jaga hopefully up and running, and then we can do that.
Wolfram will look behind the bar and say, "What is that tube-shaped thing over there?"
Oh. Candy, did we get any mail from Nightstone?
Yeah. There was a letter that came through. Actually, a couple. That Jax. I don't know what they said. Jax dealt with those all the time.
Okay.
So, yeah.
This tube goes to Nightstone. Nightstone has another one. We can send messages basically instantaneously back and forth. Also, we can move product back and forth.
I wonder if Jax reached out to Nightstone amidst this.
The Mr. Angstrom, or Lord Angstrom, I think he sent some. I guess Jax called them samples of
yes.
some drink that he was working on or making.
So he finished the distilling process. Candy, how old are you now?
I'm 12.
You were 13 last week.
13. I regressed.
I'll
Andy,
say.
do you remember where these bottles were? Or are?
Oh, she points, and Jax has a whole kind of display of several different types of liqueur. And it seems that there are some beers on tap, some microbrewed beers.
Ooh.
It's very hoppy.
But it's the selection that she was going for, since you don't have a massive space, is more of a specialty liqueur variety.
I like this little niche that she has carved out here.
Yeah. We got to get her back. If anything, to run the bar. This could be a moneymaker.
Could be.
I don't remember Jax doing very much as I followed you around, but if she's your friend,
Oh, she did a lot.
we shall help.
All right. Let's.
To the temple?
Yeah. Solo, will you pray for him?
Of course, I will be the first.
Yanni, how about you? You guys have a similar hate of dragons.
Bonding.
I don't know much about this prayer thing you're talking about, but I'll do what I can to help.
I appreciate it. I slap him on the rear.
It's as Nye described the ritual to you for Kildrick, it doesn't have to be prayer. It's any way that you can call out to Kildrick's spirit, or Jaga's spirit, to help to recall him, to give him the desire, the desire to return.
That would be a persuasion check, and I would.
And so it would be, depending on what you're trying to do, would dictate what skill would be involved with that.
Would
Flexing.
Athletics.
Flex a lot.
would compressions count as athletics?
This is not a physical process.
Do a nature check. It smells like there's a dragon nearby.
Wait, can you
I'm
start putting
trying
makeup on my body? You know all about, like, dressing yourself up.
Oh my goodness.
Fix my hair.
This doesn't need makeup, but I can fix your hair for sure.
What if
He's dead.
What if
You're talking
Yaga
to
has
yourself.
finally found peace, though?
Well, you can talk to the dead, can't you?
We can ask questions if you'd like.
Why don't you ask him if he's found peace?
Wow.
Jaga, you,
Have found
Did not find peace.
your consciousness awakes in swirling mist. There's a maelstrom around you. This is not the battlefields of Acheron. This is something different. Your essence is incorporeal, like the wispy winds and fog that would collect and dissipate in the morning. You are not glowing like a ghost that you've seen has, but you're just your spirit. And as you feel a rush of air, your body seems to be pushed along with an invisible force that takes you into the midst of a far larger cloud. And a moment later, you're rematerialized again, and you're in a cave. A cave you've seen before. When you and Kildrick had been bamfed by the hopper into limbo. And there before you, sitting in the cave, are the 3 goblins that you had previously seen. They look up at you, and they shake their heads and says, "You too, huh?"
No. This is not possible. You're still here.
Yeah, we are.
I failed. I'm doomed. We're doomed to linger here forever. This can't be. Surely there must have been something. Has anything changed since the last time we spoke?
No. More have come. None have gone.
The Raven Queen?
Silence. No Maglubi yet. No Queen. Nothing. Silence. Chaos. Disorder.
This can't be. I'm sorry.
Don't know what you apologize for. Not your fault. But this is your fate.
This is no fate. For warriors like us. This is not how it was supposed to be.
No. But Maglubiet forsakes us.
We have to try. Have you gone east?
There is no east.
Have you gone in any direction?
There is only chaos.
Do you end up here? Can you go anywhere?
You can go on other rocks, other broken fields. But this is where the wind takes us when we're still. This cave, to mock us, where we died, in our cave.
What about that voice? That cleric?
You hear a voice?
You guys have traveled to the Temple of Light.
Segway.
Jaga
Well done.
is laid out, his body prepared and waiting in the event that you were to bring a diamond within the 3-day time period you had to call to him. Nai is there, greets you warmly, yet with the understanding of grief. We have made the preparations for your dwarven friend. I am sincere in offering you my deepest regrets that the ritual did not work. We have prepared your hobgoblin friend. Alas, I have no diamond, so unless you've been able to procure one, which, given your means and wiles, I would not doubt such a thing.
We are blessed by the divine, but I left it on the table at home. I'll be right back. I come back in 10 minutes.
Birdman.
With the diamond.
10 minutes later.
10 minutes later.
It was a quick flight. It really was.
So we give her the diamond and the gold.
What say you?
This is incredible. I did not. Anyway, have you the rest of the payment then? For me to exhaust the last of my resources.
It was $1,700 with a $300 gold piece diamond, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. Here you go, keeper of the light.
Your hold's showing.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, I thank you, and
It is my greatest prayer that Pelor will grant us his boon in succeeding with this revivification. Please let us commence if you are ready.
And so she goes into the room. There is candles and incense burning. There is light shining all throughout. And as with last time, she unfurls a small little rug in front of the body and kneels down. And for the first half an hour or so, begins a prayer. And at times she is quiet, at other times she is calling out to Jaga, calling out to him to return. Jaga, you hear the voice calling to you.
Mighty warrior, this is not the end. Return to your mortal form.
You hear variations of this call to you, just not audibly. It's from everywhere yet nowhere.
How? What do I do? Tell me how to get out of here.
You must will. You must desire. You must release your pain and embrace hope once more.
She opens her eyes to you.
Who would assist me?
Sola immediately steps up.
I'll give this a shot.
Wait. Me first, big guy.
She goes and kneels down next to Nye. She begins calling out as Nye takes her hand and puts it on your sundered chest. A new voice comes through.
Jaga, I'm so sorry. I hid behind you. I used you like a shield. And you stepped up into the battle and took all of the blows. Like a fool.
Like literally all of them.
All the blood.
We need to learn to work together, and I need you to come back. You are my right hand. I can't lose it again.
And again.
Please, return to us, that we may fight as one. Come back.
I need someone to roll a persuasion check for Sola.
Who's feeling persuasive?
Alright.
Feeling good about my roll.
She has an advantage. She is going to use it.
Oh, do I have an advantage?
2 10s.
Okay.
It's not the worst thing in the world. She's a -8.
She's not. She is a +1.
All right.
So Nye kind of,
Do have one.
as the light is, greenish light is emanating from Nye's hand, and Sola's radiant hair is vibrant and aglow with the white light of the moon and the vibrant yellows and oranges of the sun all kind of swirling together. You watch as the green light from Nye intermingles with Sola's light and travels down her hand, and Jaga, you hear her voice come through. You hear Sola, and you are strengthened by this, and you feel your form turning towards this voice, and you see this light emerge, kind of pierces through the chaos of the void. and you begin to go towards it. Nai releases Sola's hand and turns to the others. 2 more. Who would assist?
Wolf.
How to avoid you,
He's just mostly dead. To blame. I'll give this a shot.
Nai lifts her hand to you and motions for you to approach the body.
I'm gonna use my druidcraft.
Okay.
And I want to create the smell of the forest area where we met the dragon
Okay.
around me, and I'm gonna go, Jaga, buddy old pal, come back to us. There's much fighting to be done. There's much dragons to be killed. And I need you by my side. Smell.
Do you smell what I'm cooking?
Smell the battle around you. Come back to us.
All right. Go ahead and roll your choice of persuasion or of a
Lifting.
He did all this while curling.
Wisdom check.
or nature to see how effective you are at emulating this.
I'm still going to use an advantage.
Better than a 3.
Still going to use an advantage.
2-1.
2 unnatural 20s.
As the voice of Sola fades, another voice, which kind of makes you smile and makes your form filled with the lust of battle, as Yanni's enticement to war comes through, and that honor within you kind of wells up, and you hear him. And Nai, as she is holding your hand, again the green light strengthens and fills even more of Jaga's body, and the light brightens to you as you feel yourself moving even closer.
I go, Sola, I swore an oath. I swore myself to fulfill my honor, to fight for you. And then I hear Yanni, there's a dragon afoot! And I pull my sword out, I point toward the heavens.
Nai releases your hand. One final. Who would assist? This is working.
I guess I'll go. Want to try to persuade him out.
How do you do so?
I don't know. Trying to think that one through.
Hey Yaga, have you seen my keys? I forgot where I put them.
Oh,
Dude, where's
so
Michael?
I kneel back down and go, well, a prayer didn't work for Kildrick, so Yaga, listen, man, you're definitely needed back here. You've pledged fealty to Sola, and you really can't accomplish that dead. You do none of us any good lying there. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to be where you're at. So why don't you come back, fulfill your purpose, and maybe we can talk about making some smarter moves. Is that an offer you be willing to take?
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Woo!
Are you using your advantage?
No.
Okay.
Not a very
You're gonna raise
committed little offer.
Damn.
10.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Nai closes her eyes, and
Goodbye, Yaga.
there is no
last rolls
further
for
voice that
Kildrick.
comes through to you.
I'm terrible at this, guys. I'm sorry.
We rolled lower than Kildrick.
Did I hear him say all
overall?
You heard nothing.
that? Oh.
So she says, "This is unable to
connect you. I'm sorry. And she continues on, and you hear Nai's voice again call out to you. And she says, "It is time. What do you say?" I need you to roll a d20.
Do you have any advantages?
It says 1.
Use it.
I like it. It says it. It is true.
I don't use it.
Go ahead.
All right. I will use it. It's a 10 and a 12.
What is your response
To Nai.
to Nai as she calls to you?
My work is not done. I have to free
I got him.
my kin. I have to go back
Fight dragons.
to fight dragons. And Sola something.
I was really convincing.
Then return and fight bravely. Nai sits back. The green gold light envelops Jaga's body, and the concentration breaks as she turns and looks to you all with a smile. She stands up in one fluid motion. Your friend awaits you. As the gold light dissipates, and you watch as the wounds in Jaga's body all heal over, and his chest begins to rise and fall with breath. His eyes open.
You're back!
And I lift him up and I throw him in the air and catch him.
Yaga! What brought you back, my
Where's
buddy?
the dragon?
I knew it was me! I knew it!
We have to slay the dragon.
We'll get him, buddy. We'll get him.
It's like a metaphorical dragon.
Wow. It only cost us 2 diamonds and 3,400 gold.
I'll pay you back. I swear it.
I'm writing it in my book.
Where's Kildrick?
Oh,
Kildrick is gone.
he didn't make it.
What do you mean?
We
He's
tried
gone.
to save him. He did not come back.
Eli didn't pray hard enough.
No. I didn't persuade good enough for you. I'm sorry, man.
Did I see Kildrick in the Tempest or the Maelstrom?
You did not.
I didn't see him where I was.
Where were you?
Limbo.
Weren't you there before?
Yes.
That's not good.
And there's more there now. They're not moving on.
Oh, that's not good at all.
I will speak to the queen about this. Does not make any sense.
The Raven Queen,
Yes,
she must have answers.
I certainly hope so. But it's a good thing she wasn't there. She would have taken you.
To where anywhere else would have been better than.
Probably straight to the 9 hells.
I would have preferred that.
No, you don't.
Yes.
I've been there. That's not fun.
Trust me. There is nothing there. Your soul just lingers on.
Your soul dies. There's gnashing of teeth in the 9 hells. It's very terrible.
Really?
And you go insane.
But you wouldn't know it. Because if you're insane, you don't know you're insane.
Thank you, Rich.
And I would have preferred that.
Okay, so...
What time is it now? How long did that take?
No, I
That was
think-
an hour-long ritual. It's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Thank you, Nye. for-
4:30 by the time you traveled there.
Thank you, Nye, for bankrupting us and bringing him back, of course. We'll be back again someday soon with another diamond and 1,700 gold.
I sincerely hope that is not the case.
It's
And
inevitable.
know that your funds go to assist the widows and the orphans of the city. To the weak and those who cannot fend for themselves.
That's us.
Clearly we can't fend for
Yeah.
ourselves.
I beg to differ.
Oh,
Speak for yourself.
speaking of which,
Yes.
do you get along with the temples of Saluna?
Well, yes, of course.
Well, the one up north in the Salt Marsh?
The Dolphin's Breach.
Sure.
That's one.
It is in disarray. It is serving no one currently. And what the quest we were on was to actually receive funds to fix up the temple. And so I would request that maybe a portion or more of your efforts go towards assisting that temple in the name of the Revengers. For we have, they have one of our friends and two of our friends actually, and one of them needs healing, and they cannot without a temple restored.
Roll persuasion check.
Nice.
I'm helping him.
Good idea.
How?
What he said.
Roll persuasion
Everything
check.
he's saying is true.
It's not good enough.
12.
She looks at you. This is not a decision I can make. I must pray on this.
13.
I changed my mind. This is the decision I can make.
Okay, well,
She does not say no to you, but she does not say yes either.
I figured I'd ask. I'll be hopping around to all the temples.
You certainly can entreat the acolytes of Salune here in the city to perhaps assist their brethren up north.
I'm gonna make some temple hops this evening, for sure. By the way, I've never visited the graveyards. Is that the city of the dead in this town?
That is the city of the dead. It is the largest greens in the town.
It's just south of here, yes?
Yes, just south of here. It is a lovely place to walk and to be in nature.
Okay. Are you ready to go, Yaga?
In a minute. Nye, I want to thank you for bringing me back. Please tell your God I appreciate what he's doing. I take a bow.
She puts her hand on your shoulder. Halo gives you his boon. And you see her hand kind of lights up and blesses you. And says, it is the least that we can do as we seek to serve him and his will, his purposes of spreading the light and grace to this world that is so dark at times. If you truly want to thank him, go forth and spread the light. Be a cause of good.
I will.
I know you will. I know it.
Yanni's already stormed out.
Stormed out?
Stormed out.
Stormed out.
What do you?
Pun intended.
Wolfram in his mind is thinking that he really wants to cast darkness on you at the moment she says, spread the light. But he never more convinces him not to.
You can try.
Ooh. Challenge.
You would, as you think about that for a moment, you would probably have already discerned that this entire temple is bathed in perpetual daylight.
What level?
Kind of like
12th.
kind of like my old
Not possible. There used to be 10th level spells.
Still are.
Uh-oh.
So,
Matt's brought back.
Yanni has stormed out. What are the rest of you doing?
I'd like to tackle the Artemia situation, but I'd like to do that
We need to go after Yanni.
in better. Well, that too.
He does not look happy. He looks.
Sola has gone after you, Yanni. She says, Yanni, don't go. We need to stay and talk. We need to figure out what we're doing as a team. We need you.
I can't handle them right now. Tell them to meet me back at the house. We can talk there.
All right. Sola returns and lets you know.
Oh, that's good. So he wants to talk, and I don't want to talk to Artemia unless I'm feeling better than I am right now.
And you have muscle.
Yeah.
Does
Yes.
death count as a long rest?
Yep.
It did not.
Super long rest. Actually,
like, how
you're
many-
only dead for like 2 hours.
I was saying, I mean, some of us, I think if we trip on the way back, might die.
Yeah.
Everybody. In it.
Could you imagine that? And you get ambushed on the way home. Yaga's dead again.
The middle of the afternoon.
So you guys return to Troll Skull Manor, the manor formerly known as Troll Skull Manor, now the Spirit Within.
It's a symbol now.
Yeah. And
I have chairs set up in a circle. And as they come in, I say, sit down. And
he's
Oh.
serious.
Okay.
I sit.
I put Nevermore on the chair and stand behind it.
friend bird, man.
And I look at him like, you always have to be difficult. And I sit across from Yanni.
Birds are people too.
No, they're not. They're animals. Sit your ass down.
Listen. I lost my best friend. Almost lost my dragon fighting buddy. Because you idiots who say you've been together for however long can't make a frickin' decision. One of us is off flying around like a bird all the time. Me, being good looking, go up front and be the face and smash things, but can't get a kill. I know, okay? I get it. I'm not fulfilling my role either. Morthos is who even knows sneaky, doing whatever he wants. 1 minute he looks like a little dweeb of a wizard, and then he looks like a little tiefling again. Eli,
Yeah.
you're arguing with people for no reason.
Yeah.
Sola, you're beautiful. I think it's time we get our shit together.
You see a slight smile kind of cross her face at
So
that.
what do you propose?
Yeah.
When we go into battle, when we're making decisions, we need someone who has wisdom and experience. And maybe the best looking one here,
You mean a leader?
a leader, to make decisions. We all have a role to fill.
Yes, a leader. Our group does need a leader.
So I say we vote. And it needs to be unanimous. And then that person is not the king of us all, but someone who can give us direction when we need it.
Is this like a show of hands thing or private ballot?
I think it should be a private ballot. Morthos goes behind the bar, grabs some paper, and
It should not be
writing.
private.
Why not?
Because we're a team. We need to talk it through.
There's probably some truth to that.
But I think that we should talk things through. Not everyone is listened to in this group, and we all have.
I'm tired of talking! That's what got us in this trouble the first. That's what got Kildrick killed. Because nobody told him he needs to be off in the corner giving spells to people rather than in the middle of the fight getting stabbed all the time.
How am I supposed
Yanni,
to
you don't need to
tell
be
him
upset.
without
What we need
talking?
to do is talk before we act. But once we make a decision, then we act. The problem is, we've gotten things out of order.
Yeah.
And
I nominate Sola. She's not always trying to kill everything.
That's only
No
because you
offense.
pledged your
I-
life there.
Jaga, value your opinion, but I do not think I am qualified. I have much to learn and I'm still weak and prone to rashness. But I would follow the leader.
She bugs trees.
I have skills to be used in this group. And I can see things that none of you can see.
I have more kills than anyone in this group. Maybe I should be leader.
No, and I'm the strongest.
No, you misunderstand. I do not want to be leader. I want my skills to be used in this group for a positive impact. That's all.
What would that look like to you?
It looks like maybe once in a while listening to someone who can see things that you cannot. And taking it into account.
And
I
maybe
feel
it-
underappreciated
Would that also
and
mean
underutilized.
would that also mean being part of the conversation
Yes.
when we're trying to have one and not walking around on your own?
Are you referring to the boat?
I am.
The boat, the stone, take your pick. There have been many.
Well, okay, I should have told you that I was watching your backs because you were all staring at the barrel when I got on the ship. So I was looking around for other things happening, which none of you were doing.
Well, we were talking to Mala Mala, getting information.
Well, I did not know that. Maybe you should have
Of
spoken
course
to
you
me
did not,
about
because
that.
you did your own thing instead of seeing what the rest of the team was doing.
Let's be real, Wolfram. You're a little flighty.
Ha! Was that a joke?
Listen,
So charming.
I will speak up from now on when I have other motives and other things that I'm doing. But there are very few situations when adventuring and traveling where 9 people need to be doing the same damn thing.
I couldn't agree more.
Okay, I will speak up next time.
There's only 7 of us.
8, 9.
Well, 6 of us now.
Oh, 7, 8. I'm pointing at nothing on this shoulder, by the way.
He's.
Yeah, we all saw it. I don't know.
And
Are you talking about Zeus?
No, I never talk about Zeus as a human person.
Kildrick's dead, Wolfram.
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
So Wolfram's out because he
Are you
can't
seeing
count.
ghosts?
Got voice? Yes. Yes, I am seeing ghosts.
Are we gonna what?
This is not important to this discussion. I've been talking to this thing for years now. I've got it under control. Move on.
Perhaps that's a conversation we can have another time.
I already wrote that in my book.
I cannot lead. Jaga, you and I are weapons.
Yeah.
And you protect me.
Yeah.
But we need someone who has a strategic mind.
You just see Yanni
Then that would be
with,
Eli.
with every characteristic she like lists out, just gets a little taller.
You're standing on your chair at the end of it.
I go, Yanni, I can't see you. I mean, I can't see Eli. You're in the way. Eli, you should be the one to lead. You've lived many lives. You know things we don't. You've seen things we haven't. Except him. He's seen everything.
Listen, I actually agree with you. Eli, though formerly an abomination, has been chosen by the divine as some sort of curse breaker. And if they choose him, I don't know why I can't put my trust in his choices as well. Although sometimes he doesn't like listening to others. Perhaps we all have things to work on.
I won't run away from that criticism.
I mean, if we want to choose a less strong, less good-looking, I guess more experienced person, my vote goes to Eli too.
Yanni, you are the strongest of us, but you are also filled with rage in battle. How can you make a clear-headed decision?
Well, so that's not always a bad thing. In fact, we talked about this before. Yanni, being the tip of the spear in battle would be your perfect position.
I know I'm perfect.
Yep, I know you are. And, I mean, we can use you, and you can get really angry and soak up a lot of damage, maybe even get a kill.
Oh.
But, more importantly, we can pivot off of you. People like me or Morthos or Yaga can get in the flanking positions based off of your positioning. But, secondly, Wolfram, I think you have a point. Because of your literal bird's eye view, you can see things that none of us can. And maybe you can be like a scout outside a battle, and in it, maybe you can position us a little bit. You can see when the enemy's trying to move left or right or up the middle, and you can yell out directions and move us around. You have a vantage point none of us will ever have.
Well, I would not mind moving the chess pieces around.
I think... I think that'd be good. I think you and Morthos out of combat. Yeah. I think you and Morthos out of combat could be a dynamic duo too. You can scout ahead, get the lay of the land, and you, my friend, you're like a shadow.
I am sneaky, that is correct.
We can use you in a lot of different ways. We've done it before. And Yaga, I really value your loyalty. But it needs to be a little tempered because you do us no good dead. I know you want to protect Sola, but you can't do that when you take 12 attacks.
It's 12 less she has to take.
That's true. Or, if we listen to Wolfram and regroup correctly, you could be of great value and great use.
I agree. I am in no hurry to return where I came from. That is not a place.
How would you direct me?
So I don't know how you do this. Has anyone else seen this? And she did this with the frog Hemoth. And do you remember the cave where we fought the first devil from the prison stone? You can punch something and keep it in place.
Yes, they do not move.
I don't know how you do that, but I would love for you to find the biggest, baddest thing and try to stop it. Stop it in its tracks so we can gang up on it and kill it. And out of combat, Solo, I've told you this numerous times, you are our moral compass. You keep us pointing north when it's very easy to waver.
That was spoken like a true leader.
I would be willing to try and point my compass towards your direction, but I'm going to need you to speak up before I do things, if possible.
I can do that. I just don't
Not
want...
you, her.
Oh, her? Yeah.
Wolfram, if you see something, tell me. I have to learn to trust you. That'll only happen if we're intentional about working at it. And hopefully you can learn to trust me too.
I agree with Eli about the whole, your whatever resources you have as the monkey person you are, a monk person you are. And you've got skills, you do, and they could be useful. I don't think you should be saving them up for future. Sometimes we need them now.
Sometimes I can probably be a little conservative, and sometimes I can be too aggressive. That's why I need more experience.
I think we all do.
How are we to save my people, our people? And she gestures to Mala Malama. I need to get stronger. We need to grow.
Agreed.
So I vote for Eli then.
I will second that vote. I vote for Eli.
I third it.
Aye.
Never more votes aye.
And Wolfram?
Oh, we also vote aye.
Alright.
I write that down again too. Okay.
So it's unanimous, Yanni.
Which is good. Eli. Team. We have a
perilous battle in front of us, if your dreams are true. And I came in here as a stranger, made a friend, lost a friend. But I think as we move forward, you can lead this family well.
It's going to take input from everybody. Everybody has a role to play on the battlefield, and everybody has a role off as well, as part of this family, if that's what we're calling ourselves. And I think we are. And everyone's input will be valid and heard. And just talk to me. Work with me. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm not perfect. But show me some grace and mercy here. And we can do this. Every decision I'm going to make is twofold. It's either for the betterment of our family here, or it's to try to save the world. When we boil it down to that, those are the only two things that matter.
Yes, we have lost many. Let us try not to lose another.
Kildrick, Vincent, Hold, Rygar, Melsine. All of their deaths will be in vain if we cannot cooperate. So Eli, put our trust in you to galvanize us into not just a family, but to be the revengers that we are.
We have a lot to revenge.
It cannot be for nothing.
Hands in, guys.
Okay.
Sola puts her hand in.
Her actual
All
hand?
right.
Her nub.
Okay.
Revengers on 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Revengers! And lightning goes up.
And with that, we're going to do our first giveaway.
You do
of the
1 point
evening.
of damage to him, he dies.
If you are here watching, we're going to give away 2 things tonight. And I believe if we get 2 more new subscriptions or gifted subscriptions, then we're going to give away this awesome guy next week at the end of the month. But tonight, the first giveaway we're going to give away these dice near the end of the show. But first, we're going to give away this barbarian and this dwarf. And so this is a Carrion Tribe Barbarian and Eberk, the Adventurer. So if you would like your opportunity to win these 2 minis right now, then type into the chat one time, !family, F-A-M-I-L-Y, !family, and you can have your opportunity to win these 2 minis, which we will send out to you. Please type in that to chat, !family. And at the end of the episode tonight, we will also give away these sweet translucent mandarin orange colored dice.
Yeah, I want those things.
They're really cool. We're going to give those away. And reminder that every week we have a bunch of giveaways, and we'll be giving away minis. And I got a whole bag of dice that we're going to be giving away. So that's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. But most excitingly, if we get 2 more subscriptions, new or gifted, we're going to next week give away this awesome McFarlane dragon, which is just super cool. All right, so !family if you would like your opportunity at these 2 guys tonight. So you have had your moments of togetherness, Revengers. It is about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the evening now, as the sun is waning in the sky. Are you taking your rest for the day, or are you still going to try to accomplish things tonight?
Well,
I'd like to go for a walk to maybe get some answers for you, Yaga. If that's all right with you, Eli.
Yes. Do you need any accompaniment?
If someone wants to go, I'm going to be seeking out the Raven Queen. I assume there'll be guards at the graveyard.
Maybe.
Whatever.
I think you're fine.
Do you think me rude if I don't go?
No, I've got 2 buddies right here with me at all times.
I should probably rest up.
Yeah, you look haggard
I
at
would
best.
say you don't look much better, Eli.
I know.
Are you talking about the dead one that I killed?
No, I'll bring him back later.
Actually, I'm gonna lay on hands, me and Yaga,
Okay.
just to 10 and 10.
Okay. You feel the vitality of life filling your bones as Eli mutters a short prayer to Pelor, and you feel yourself healed for 10 hit points. So I have you taking a walk. Anything else that anyone wants to do tonight?
I'm gonna get some beehive husk, and
Okay.
I would like to talk to like the newspapers just to look up some info on my kids. If they're
So
open.
going to the Font of Knowledge.
Oh, would that be in the library?
Yeah, the Temple of Ogma. Yeah.
Okay. Are they in opposite directions?
The Temple of Ogma, the market is. So you guys are here in the North Ward. The Temple of Ogma is down here near the Castle Ward. You'd have to go through the market to get to the temple.
Okay. So yeah, on my way I'll get some beehive husk,
Okay.
and
You're able to accomplish that easily enough. How much are you getting?
I want to get enough for 3 people.
Okay, for your elixir.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be 2 gold. And by the way, you all marked off the collective 1,700 gold from your.
I'm doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Before I go, I will do the Find Familiar ritual. And on my way out...
So
I'll-
mark off the incense and.
Oh, I have pounds of incense now.
Oh.
Once I go to the store.
You have incense?
No.
I need some of that.
I will leave that familiar with directions to come directly to me in the City of the Dead if anything strange happens around.
Very good. Kyle and Candy are continuing on at the bar. Freddy is there, keeping watch as always. And the sign still says closed out front as Jax is missing. I don't know if there's anything else you care to discuss as before you all depart.
Let's just make sure we try to get back tonight. We need to rest up, and we'll regroup tomorrow morning. Decide where we're gonna go and who we're gonna talk to.
All right.
Sound like a plan? Don't do anything stupid, guys.
Can you clarify what that
What-
is? Just a little.
Okay. I probably should. So like, don't get into a situation where someone may try to stab, maim, maul, or shoot you. Either magically or with a physical weapon.
So karaoke's still on the board.
You could do that. That's a different type of stupidity.
Yaga, you in?
So, are you
I will
recommending we stay out of the dock ward
Tonight,
and the rest of the town is fine, yes?
generally speaking, stay in the well-lit areas.
How many of you have ever spoken to Seluna?
Only in my dream.
I have.
Would you be able to maybe speak with them about the temple up north?
I can go to the Tower of the Moon. I was actually planning on going and
Is that where Glow is?
no, Glauron is up on Mount Waterdeep. I was going to go visit him tonight and perhaps tomorrow go to the temple. It takes several hours to make your way to him.
If you see him, could you get some of his mountain flower?
I suppose, if he has any.
I watched you get some for Hold one time. Remember?
Yes, that same Blue Mountain flower.
Yeah.
There are multiple colors up there.
I need I need mountain flower for a potion to help me, and
What color?
I think it's yellow.
I need blue and red
Yellow.
as well.
I need yellow mountain flower.
All of
All
those
of them.
colors are there, but they're also at the yellow. No, the blue. I can't remember. One of them is also at the Temple of the Moon,
Well,
but you had to pay for that.
all
Right.
of the. All of the
Anyway,
mountain
I will
flowers.
gather what I can of those flowers, so long as Glow allows me. Mala malama.
Mala, 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 mala. How many-
Yes,
how many
young
lalas?
sister.
Mr.
What can I do for you? Would you accompany me, please, up to see a brother of ours, a very wise monk named Hlam Glauran? Why, yes, I would gladly accompany you to see Glow. And so the two of them make their way off. Eli, you're able to make your way to the market and get your husk and then proceed to the Font of Knowledge. It is essentially open throughout the day, doesn't close. It's a massive temple.
The place where just back up one thing. The place where I got the beehive husk, do they sell any sweets?
Honey, of course.
Can I get a little jar as
Yeah.
well?
Sure.
Alright.
That'll cost you 2 silver.
Okay.
For Lily.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Carry on.
You arrive
Girl left
and
hand
there
says-
is giant marble columns that flank the entrance. As you walk in, there are murals of all kinds of different places around the world. You see a giant statue of Agma, the patron of this temple, the deity who this temple is made in honor of. There are rows and rows and rows of books and scrolls and all manner of implements of knowledge, maps and atlases and things of this nature. And at this time of day, it's not quite as bustling with activity, but there are certainly many scholars about in the midst of their research. And as you approach, there's a central table with several librarians there who are also acolytes and priests and priestesses of Agma. And there you see the familiar sight, blonde hair woman with a simple sky blue robe with the symbol of Agma on it, which is a scroll in a kind of a diamond. And there is Lily as she looks at you, and she immediately gets a bright smile on her face at your appearance.
And I sheepishly smile back, and I kind of limp, because I'm still kind of hurting, limp on over to her.
Eli, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. Just got beat up a little bit in our last adventure.
Well, I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you're here. How can I help you?
Well, I'm glad I'm here too, and I just wanted to give you a little gift, and he slides a small jar of honey over to her.
Oh, this is so thoughtful.
You know, I thought, I always see you drinking tea, and I thought maybe you would want to put some honey in your tea.
I didn't. Wow, I didn't know you noticed so much of me.
You've been a great help, and it's been nice talking to you, so I was hoping you could help me a little bit more too.
Oh, anything, Eli. How can I help you?
So, are you familiar with the Trollbark Forest? Can we look up any newspaper articles or town crier news within the last 15 to 20 years of...
Ooh, that's a tall tale. We can certainly go over and look at. What are you looking for?
So, in the Trollbark area, there was, have you ever heard of Eldritch Crown? His company?
No, I can't say that I have. What kind of a company was it?
Like a furrier, taxidermy. They would take rich folk out on hunts into the trollbark forests and what's the other one over there?
The Misty Forest.
In the Misty Forest, where they would kind of hunt some more impressive game. So we're looking for news of that family. I heard recently that a terrible disaster befell them within the last 15 to 20 years, and I was just curious about that because I used to know them, and they were able to take care of themselves. So I just want to know if there's any validity.
Of course, let's see what we can find. And so
Lead the way.
you begin to make your investigation. Go ahead and roll your investigation check as you spend the rest of the evening in searching for news.
I'm gonna use my advantage.
Okay,
Ooh, crit.
natural 20.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay, so what's the total?
28. Investigation, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 28.
Okay, well, that'll do it.
Tell me about my kids.
So you zero in on the town of White Grove, which was the town that Eldrick made his furrier, that you made your furrier. And you find record of fires that swept through the town about 20 years ago. And there's just a note from a town crier that reads, 15 people killed, several homes and businesses destroyed. And then it lists the businesses, and one of them is in fact Crown's Furs. You also find record of, previous to the fires by several months, an outbreak of disease and disappearances of local citizens and travelers along the tradeway, which is the main road that runs down that way on the path to Baldur's Gate. And in particular, folks from White Grove that went missing. One of them is your wife.
Who's keeping secrets now?
I'm sorry, not your wife.
Yeah, she died in
No,
childbirth.
she died in childbirth. It wasn't your wife, it was your daughter.
Interesting.
Even more secrets.
Did they have a name for her, or
For your daughter?
yeah? Like, did they mention her?
They did mention her by name.
Okay. So there's nothing screwy going on there, right? Or potentially.
Which,
And this predated the fires by a couple months.
by a couple months.
I can look it up.
I think it was Marta.
Nope, that was the wife.
Oh.
You don't know your own daughter's name?
I don't remember. It's been a while. Oh, yeah, I guess it was Marta. Oh, Agatha was the wife.
Agatha was the wife. Marta. So Marta Crown, listed as missing. No mention of your son, Eldrick II. No mention of your grandchildren by Eldrick, who you knew had you knew of three children: Eldrick III, Annalise, and Willem.
Eldrick III, Grant. So Eldrick III, Annalise, and Willem.
Yeah, those were Eldrick's
Like
children.
Willem Dafoe.
Yes, Willem. All right, so that is the font of knowledge. Wolfram.
Mm-hmm.
While this is going on, you make your way to the City of the Dead. This is a sprawling park that kind of abuts the edge of the cliff that much of the city is built up against. It overlooks the undercliff area that has many farms and meaderies and orchards, as well as compounds of the wealthy who wish to live off the grid, and just a number of farmers who make their living there. There is a wall around the entirety of the City of the Dead, and there are several mausoleums and graveyards and things of this nature where the city's dead are either entombed if they're wealthy enough, or for most people cremated and having their ashes spread. And so this park doubles as a city park. It is not considered morbid. It's one of the few green spaces intentionally kept so in the city, along with the I forget the name of it.
Field of Dreams.
The place where Shantea and
Gotcha.
the other nature gods, I think Sylvanus maybe, I might be making that up, have their temple. Shrines of Nature, where the Shrines of Nature are. Okay, so you make your way to the City of the Dead, and what are you seeking?
Well, I will look upon the wall and the attached mausoleums.
Yep.
And I'll walk around to see if there's one that looks more of not a personal one or a family name one, but one of a more altar type or contemplative mausoleum, if that makes sense.
Yes, as you approach the center of the park/cemetery, there is a singular mausoleum made of black granite. And there is a large raven that sits atop it.
All right. I will walk up to it, and I will take my right hand and grab Nevermore and put him on the bottom of the raven statue and say, "What the hell is going on here? You tell me why I'm here, why my friends are dying, and if I'm even in the right place."
The door to the mausoleum opens.
Thank you, Nevermore. Put him back on my shoulder and walk forward.
You walk in, and as you walk in, the interior is far larger than the exterior would seem.
It's a TARDIS.
There are stained glass windows depicting all manner of deaths, as well as passing from death to the afterlife, and the passage, the journey that is. All of them always guided by the raven. In the center of the room is a coffin that is open, with candles around it.
Oh. And Wolfram will... he will walk up to it. And
You
look
walk up
he'll
to
look
it.
in.
And behind you, from out of the shadows, you immediately sense a presence with your passive perception at infinity.
I will. Does it seem like it's just a person?
Yes.
I will turn around.
As you
And
turn,
look.
you see a elderly man with cataract eyes, balding, gray, wispy hair, who has a long black cloak, which looks to be a burial shroud that does not cover his face. The hood is down, but it covers his arms and goes past his hands. And he is looking in your direction, though with the cataracts it's a odd stare. And he says, "Interesting that you should come into this place. She doesn't let many in here. Do you wish to commune with the Queen?"
If you want.
Of course I do. Why else would I come in this dreadful place?
"Indeed. Then by all means, prostrate yourself."
That's disgusting.
And he points to the coffin.
Wait, do you want me to kneel down here?
No.
Or lay down in the
Yes,
coffin?
you must lay down in the coffin.
This is awkward. Isn't this your is this your home? You look a little bit dead to me.
Soon enough.
I'd like to incite this old man before I Eldritch Blast him in the face.
Where's Eli to give the wisdom?
I rolled a 20.
Natural?
28.
28.
29.
He is, by all appearances, an acolyte of the Queen, overseeing this place.
Okay. I have one question for you in particular first.
Yes, of course.
It seems as though the Queen is very important, yes?
Monumentally.
Well, that brings up another point, or the same point. Why is there no temple to the Queen, but there is only little tiny monuments like this? She has never told me.
The Queen's presence pervades everywhere there is life. For the end of life is death. This entire cemetery is a temple to the Queen.
Mhm.
This entire city courses with her presence.
Mhm.
She needs no solitary temple, for the monuments to her power are all around us.
So you're saying you are a cleric of this temple?
I am the acolyte who keeps it until it is my time to pass
All right.
and move on, yes.
All right. Well, I must speak with her again, and
Then, by all means, prostrate.
prostrate. Don't be touching my prostate while I'm down here. And I will prostrate myself.
As you lay down, he steps forward and pushes the...
Oh shit.
There goes Wolfram.
Into the
What did you just talk
Pushes-
about?
the inferno.
pushes the lid over it, and you are enveloped in darkness.
It's bright as daylight in here to me.
And you immediately lose sense of direction and space as the bottom of the coffin that you were laying in seems to fade from your touch. And you are in this void.
Mm.
And as you go to turn around, you immediately feel eyes upon you.
Mm.
And you look, and there before you is the porcelain mask of the Queen. Just the mask, but giant in form. And you hear the voice which resonates from the mask. Ah, my champion. You have come seeking me. What can I do for you?
Well, lady, I have a few questions for you. We've been together in this pact for 40, 50, seems like 1,000 years. And in the past few years, I have heard very little from you. Yes, you've set me up with training and given me some powers, although I'd always like to have more. I digress. And so I'm here in Waterdeep because we, the group I thought you sent me to be with, suck. Or we sucked in the past. And we've lost a few already. And so I'm coming to ask you if I'm in the right place. That's the first question. I've got more.
You presume that fellowship will bring easy victory. The way towards the end requires perseverance and pain. In this life, you will have trouble. It is your purpose to take heart and work to overcome such trouble by finding and proclaiming the peace that I bring.
Whoa. This was not a part of the deal when we started. I've got to proclaim your peace now.
Your actions and your deeds are a constant testimony to me. You are my agent.
Okay, listen. My queen. I have been hearing that your peace after death is not happening. For a few of the people I am acquainted with. For one, our buddy here, Yaga, visited twice now what he has called chaos and limbo, and I'm wondering what I can do to assist you, if needed, in correcting this.
Yes, you are correct. There is a lessening of my ability to shepherd the souls of the dead to their place of rest. There is a force arrayed against me. I fear it is another of the divines, nefarious in purpose, though I dare not suggest it outrightly.
Give me a sign, oh my wonderful queen.
I'm talking to you directly.
Not directly the name of who you think is against you. An acolyte, cleric, warlock that you've chosen cannot know your enemy. How am I supposed to fight the true fight? Oh, I thought this was story-based, not telling me. Not I forgot.
Perhaps if I had prepared the name.
Oh, my queen, take your time. I'm only laying in a grave with a weird man who cannot see, staring over my corpse.
She is
she?
The enemy of my ally. The consort of darkness. I dare say no more.
Well, darkness doesn't seem to be a problem for your blessings, so perhaps I will try and find out more information for you. Is that what you wish?
There is a darkness that brings comfort, and there is a darkness that drowns out all life. It is this darkness that is an abomination.
You speak metaphorically, I think. I understand.
You have asked about your companions.
Yes.
You have been drawn to them for a reason.
Okay.
You have
I just needed confirmation.
a critical role to play.
Nod.
It is imperative that Salune's champion learns to shine brightly, yet elegantly in the night. As I have said, there is a darkness of evil against which she must stand firm. And in the stillness and silence of darkness, you must teach her.
Oh boy.
Therefore, it is your duty, my
You're talking to Neville.
chosen, my agent, my mediator,
Gotta love how God challenges you.
to refine her unabashed and sometimes haughty radiance as much as she may buck against you. For if the moon does not properly reflect the sun, there will be no light in the darkness by which the souls of the dead can be guided to rest.
Alright. I've heard this group say this multiple times. It's not always black and white. Is that sort of what you're saying here with this Salune champion?
You know of who I speak.
I only have one more question that I must ask you, unless you have anything else for me, my darling queen. And he starts spinning the ring on his finger. Do you have any news of the love that I mentioned many times? Is it still complicated?
Porcelain mask looks at you, unmoving, quiet. And it seems to almost press in and lean in closer to you.
She's garlic breath.
You may not wish to hear it.
Ooh.
I do.
Are you certain?
Uh, 100%. I do not know how much longer I have here until I meet you if Limbo gets fixed. But yes, I must know.
So you wish to know how she is?
Excuse me? She's alive?
She is well.
In the well?
She is happy
Bullshit.
with her husband.
Great. Now Wolfram's to be pissy all the time.
I changed my mind. I don't want to know. Okay. So you know where she is. It's complicated. She's married. She left me then. She was not taken.
It is complicated.
I will make many assumptions as I leave this place.
Classic Wolfram.
I thank you for your honesty.
Until next time.
Where shall I find you? Here?
You can.
Or in my heart of hearts, which is now broken and cold?
He's the Grinch.
It is complicated.
Damn it.
And with that, you find yourself lying prostrate again in the coffin as
Good.
the lid is lifted off and what little light from the candles emanates through the darkness. Your eyes kind of have to adjust to the brightness of, even though it is dim, and you find yourself back in the mausoleum.
Wolfram will sit up and he will rub his temple a few times. And Nevermore will is the door open or closed? Is it
The door is closed.
Nevermore will instinctively fly to the furthest corner in the mausoleum.
Okay?
And is that guy there?
He is there, standing off, just watching you.
The Queen has spoken! Wolfram says with a cracked voice. And he stands up and says, "Do you have any great news for me?"
Count it a blessing that you can still serve her in this life, champion. And he steps back and the door opens.
Wolfram will stare momentarily at him.
His cataract eyes turn to meet your gaze directly.
We shall see each other again. Then he'll turn and walk out.
The Queen's blessing go with you.
Bah humbug!
I love it.
Yanni, Jaga, Morthos, did you guys do anything in the evening, or are you
I went
taking
to
your
go-
rest?
Sing karaoke in remembrance of Kildrick.
Okay. So then we move through the evening. You all take a long rest.
Wait, are we actually back at the house in the evening?
I'm presuming that you've taken
Because
your
then
rest
Morthos is going to leave
at night.
that night.
Okay. So everyone has returned. It is dark. Whatever conversation you have is had. Kyle and Candy have gone to bed. And as the rest of you all go to bed, Morthos, you slip out.
Does my familiar see him slip out
Yes, he
in the
does.
middle of the night?
Your familiar is standing watch. Well, roll your stealth check. Let's see if you can beat his perception.
Ooh, 22.
Mm-hmm.
You are seen. Where are you going?
I am going to go to Lady Blackwood's.
You know it is like the middle of the night, yes?
Well,
What time did you
I would have,
head
as
out?
soon as it got dark enough that I felt that I could slip out unseen and make my ways through, I would have.
Okay.
I'm on the
Like
smoking
9
a
o'clock
cigar.
at night.
Yeah, I'm thinking like,
It's around
Morning?
10 o'clock.
alright, somewhere around there.
Okay, so
When the bird alerts me, or I see, what am I doing? Just sitting around humbugging?
you are mulling through the conversation, and this is perhaps a welcome distraction.
Hmm. I'll fly out the window.
So you
Just overhead, following the
turn
road.
into Poe and begin to fly an overflight pattern. You make your way to the castle ward, up the slopes of Mount Waterdeep to where the wealthiest families have their manses, and you approach Blackwood Manor, one of the most powerful noble families in the city. You approach the gate that is locked, and a guard is there. Sees you approach. May I help you?
I would like to speak to Lady Blackwood.
And who should I tell her is here?
You can tell her Morthos is here.
Morthos.
She will know who I am.
He looks at you, looks you up and down. Turns and goes into the house. About 20 minutes later, he steps out and opens the gate silently and gestures for you to approach the front door. As you do so, it is opened before you get there, and a small dwarf who you have seen before greets you. He's got a red rustic beard and slicked back hair and is in night clothes, not pajamas so to speak, but comfortable nightwear. Hey, so you're back?
Yes, I am.
You're here to do business with the lady?
I am. Would like to see if some of her offers still stand.
Well, have you completed any of the offers that stand? Are you back from the marsh? Where is Hold?
Hold is no more. He, unfortunately, on our travels heading towards the marsh, he succumbed to his injuries sustained in the battle, and he is lost to us.
That's dreadful news.
Yes.
Colonel, fetch the lady. She's waiting.
Thank you.
Shows you into the audience chamber where you see Westra Blackwood sitting in a reddish, maroonish nightgown. Modest.
Get me to speak.
And her hair is kind of braided up in kind of a quickly thrown together updo. And by her side is her daughter, Mara, as they both kind of
Are there any
watch you
windows?
come in.
Are there any windows in this room?
Yeah, there are windows up high that you can see through. Yes.
Sure.
Morthos's back is to
Raven perched up on the windows.
you. Morthos's back is to you, but you can clearly see the face of both Westra and Mara, though you don't know their names. Greetings, mofos.
I have waited months voice.
It has been some time
It has.
since we had a conversation.
Yes, that is why I have come.
What can I do for you?
You,
Hope you are feeling well.
I personally, or I should say physically, am well. Emotionally, maybe not quite. perfect.
Please, tell me what ails you.
Well, you remember Hold, my great giant stone-looking friend.
I do remember Hode.
Unfortunately, he was dead, or he is dead. He was killed.
How is that possible? He was
Well,
a marvel.
yes. However, when you piss off a dragon, it does not always work well in the end for you.
What fool would challenge a dragon?
Hob was that fool. And then in our travels, we came across another group of friends, and
Whoa.
ah,
I want a
many,
deception roll on that, please.
many have died. In fact, that is what has caused us to return to Waterdeep.
Who is left?
Well, Eli, myself, and Sola are the only ones of the original that remain.
Vincent? Wygar?
Vincent is gone. Rygar, while we do not know if he is dead or alive, he is definitely missing.
And the blue lady?
The blue lady. Ah, Melcine. Or that, I guess, was Melcine blue? Sure. She
Tragic.
is
Tragic.
also missing. Unknown her current whereabouts. On our way back, I was forced to spend all my coin to try to revive one of our friends. And I remembered at one time you offered us a job in the, I believe it was called the Undermountain, to investigate.
The Undermountain is a deadly place. However, if you are referring to the Undercliff,
Oh, maybe that is what the Undercliff. That sounds a little less
we
deadly.
had some business there with the Cassowanters.
Oh yes, I believe that is what I recall. Does that offer still stand?
That is perhaps available. What is your present itinerary? Will you be staying in Waterdeep or traveling elsewhere?
I do not honestly know. I believe we will be in Waterdeep at least for a day or two, maybe longer. I think our party is currently does not quite know where we are going next.
Well, please inform me as soon as you know. Have you been able to travel to Saltmarsh and secure my package?
We made it to Saltmarsh. However, that is where we sustained these losses that forced us to come back. So
What did you find there?
we did not find anything in regards to your package. I am sorry.
Were you able to contact my agent?
Adam doesn't remember.
I don't think so.
I don't
You
think
were
so.
not.
All right.
2 characters ago for me.
No, we were not able to contact your agent.
Well, my package still needs to be secured. If you return there, please find it, return it. In the meantime, you've mentioned the Cassowanters. They have a compound in Undercliff, which I have yet to be able to reconnoiter.
What? Can you repeat that, please?
Wolfram is having a hard time reading her lips.
To recon.
To recon. Oh, okay.
You know, Wakanoida.
Yeah.
I want to know what they're doing there. They are a shady bunch.
All right.
Shadowy rascals.
My
The
type.
what of them?
Say what?
2,000 gold to determine what's going on. And 5,000 gold to bring back any incriminating evidence that I may use against them. It is always good to have an upper hand on your rivals. Is it not?
Yes, I would believe so.
The Black Viper is still on the loose. Find him and bring him to me alive. I will give you 3,000 gold. Or dead, 4,000. I would prefer the living to the dead. He may serve me as you do. Any further questions?
No, I think that is good enough.
Mara, would you please see him to the door? Yes, mother. Mara stands up and walks you to the door. As she does, she says, with a quick glance over her shoulder and out of earshot of the dwarf, as she kind of walks you to the door and then closes it behind you both. She says, listen. Mother has connected with both the Zentarum and the Xanathar at this point. I don't know what she's doing, but she is brokering the peace between them. Try not to agitate any more conflict between them.
Alright, that is good to know.
Secondly, a favor from me.
What is it?
With Amphale rebuilding, the word on the street is that the Eagle Shields are selling off their holdings therein. Apparently they lost one of their high-ranking family members. If you're interested, I would like you to act as our agent to broker a deal for us to buy their holdings, but they can't know that it's us. We want any increased involvement in Amphale by ourselves quiet for now. Depending on how successful you are, I'll give you a brokerage fee for getting a deal done. My mother is not to know of this, however, for my name is to be on the deeds. Do we understand?
We understand very well.
This is the right person to have go talk to these shady people.
Porthos,
We picked the right guy.
it's true what you said that Hold has died? My mother plays the part, but I am genuinely concerned. If he is dead, was Eli killed again?
You know of this.
I watched him die
But that is true. I
multiple times now. My mother doesn't know, but I do.
forgot. He has died again, but he is still among the living.
Is he still going by the name Eli, or is he reverted back to Nomad?
I have not heard the name of Nomad. He has still called himself Eli.
So he has not left your party. That is different.
How? What do you mean by that?
Well, read into the name Nomad, and that should tell you all you need.
Yes.
I'm glad he's still there. I feel that he is important.
I would concur. In fact, I have dedicated my life to making sure that he stays alive.
Well, don't be too reckless with your life. He can take a punch, apparently.
That is true.
All right.
Thank you. my
Thank
lady.
you. Be wise as a serpent, yet gentle as a dove,
Wise
as it suits you.
words. Good night.
Good night. All right. You make your way back to...
He will get outside of the rich people's locations.
And Wolfram, this whole time, you with your feet have read the lips of...
F-E-A-T.
Yes.
My feet aren't special.
You read the lips of Lady Blackwood and heard the entire conversation between Mara and
Morthos.
And a raven will land in front of Morthos as he's sneaking and turn into Wolfram.
Ah, you old man.
And he'll bop him on the head with his quarterstaff.
How, you old man?
What the hell are you doing?
How?
We just had a meeting about trustworthiness in the party and a leader in the party.
Get it, Wolfram.
And you go off on your own and damn it, I followed you. You're a bad influence.
All day I have been cooped up in this house this afternoon and I could not stop thinking about Gildrick. And I had to just blow off some steam and let's face it, our party needs money. And this is a way for me to make money for our party.
Yes. You're talking about Underquiff? Whatever Underquiff is?
Yes, Lady Blackwood needs to work on her pronunciation.
Her lips were throwing me off a little bit.
But Undercliff is a...
Yes.
She does not know what's going on there, and she is willing to pay very handsomely if we can give her information as to what is going on in the Undercliff.
Oh, I heard the whole thing. I saw it.
Oh,
I know what
forgot
happened.
You see all.
So I know the dollar amounts as well. Now, I think we have two options. One, we could scout this out. Really would be no problem. Two, we could tell the party and find out what they think about this. And then proceed from there. And tell them only half the amount of gold.
Wolfram, you surprise me. I like the way you think.
Well, it's kind of our thing now.
However, I feel like this is something that maybe we should do on our own.
I am in a mood of sorts. I've been kicking back a few of the old...
I need to do something. I cannot just stay in this house, in that house anymore. I need to do something.
Well?
I need to take my mind off of what has happened.
Hold on. We must think level-headed.
Are you
Let's
and I,
go to the bar first. And have a few drinks.
and then go try to stealth around.
I really think that we should talk to Eli, unfortunately. They would all be pissed at us. Mostly Sola. And I'm sick of her being nagging me all the time.
All right,
Why'd you even come here?
we can talk to them, but it is only 1,500 gold for the information and 3,000 if we bring back something she can use.
How about this? We don't lie to them, and we say 2,000 gold for the information,
And tell
and we
them
simply
nothing.
don't tell them about the evidence portion.
I like that. I see that as a.
It'll
fine
probably
idea.
be going to raise them from the dead.
I
anyway.
am. That is my whole reason for doing this, not for any selfish reasons whatsoever.
Well, let's go home.
All right, Wolfram. I will listen to you for once.
Okay, so you return to Troll Skull Manor, and everyone else there is asleep.
Well, we tried. Let's go.
I love it.
Well, we could wake Eli and ask him. But we could at least talk to him while he's sleeping. If he doesn't respond, we've done our due diligence.
Eli, what do you think? Do you think we should not go? He did not respond. I think it is a permission, no? Say something if we should not go.
Ah, damn it. I poke him with my quarterstaff.
Ow! What are you doing?
Morthos has news for you.
Wait. Okay. What? What?
I went to go see Lady Blackwood.
On your own?
Yes.
Alright, that was dumb.
Uh,
But you're not dead.
I'm not dead. In fact,
I had his back.
yes, Wolfram surprisingly had my back.
Good.
I have a way for us to very quickly but make at least, well not at least, but make 2,000 gold.
Yeah. Oh, is this that task that she told us all about way back when we were there in
Yes.
Waterdeep?
It is still active.
You have a good morning memory.
It's not morning.
Oh. Evening memory. Sleeping memory.
Yeah.
She, if you recall, she offered to give us 2,000 gold to find out what is going on in the Undercliff.
Yep, and that's all she talked about. So that sounds good. I want to go back to bed. Can you guys handle this?
Oh.
This feels like it fits right up your guys' alley.
Great leadership, I could not agree more.
Yeah.
Certainly not.
I think we should bring Yaga as well.
No, probably wouldn't do that. Probably wouldn't do that.
Don't let him get his long rest in.
I already put it in there.
Wake him up just so he's.
So
7.5 hours.
just do what we talked about. You're the scout, and you sneak in and pick stuff, and just please don't get killed.
Alright.
Well, at least you know where we went.
Yeah.
Well,
If you're not back by morning, that's where we'll come looking.
Oh, be back by morning.
alright.
Okay, so you guys go to try to find the Castellanter
Sure.
compound.
We're going to Undercliff.
Roll an investigation check to see if you can gather information on where the compound is.
Crit. So that would be a 29.
You're
if
like
that
a
helps.
bloodhound.
It is right there.
It's
Game over.
actually neon
We
lights.
teleported directly to the evidence.
Morthos just won.
At the foot of the cliff
Nice
is an area where the Waterdeep City Guard, the military, does their training exercises. It's called the marching grounds.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a large open space where they do all kinds of mock combats and military maneuvers, etc. Where the Griffin's cavalry are flying in conjunction with the ground troops and basically just readying themselves for any sort of battle. Just north of there is a compound that is, you are told, belonging to the Castellanters. It's several hundred feet off from the cliff, so that standing on the cliff, you can see it, but it is, you'd have to use a spyglass to be able to make out particular detail. Yet it's close enough to the military base to be pretty well protected. As you guys make your way there,
Yeah.
I will be bird form stealthing.
I will be stealthing, but obviously
Okay,
on the ground.
so each of you roll a stealth check, please.
27.
Hold on, I got another sheet for that.
You are in darkness, so you have advantage.
Oh, might as well try again.
Well, then make that a 31. I critted.
20. Bird 20. Bird 20.
Very good. So you approach. You could have gone out the river gate and down. You could have gone through the field ward and down. Which direction did you approach from? Coming from the north or coming from the south?
I say, Morthos, we just got a rope that could get us down the cliff
Yes, that is true.
pretty
Actually, we-
easily.
Very easily.
So you make your way to the edge of the cliff where there is a smattering of houses that are built with tremendous beautiful views. And these are bourgeois homes that are for the wealthy. There is a There is a point that is a lookout
Sorry.
that kind of overlooks the military compound, the marching grounds, and you can easily enough make your way down there. You would still be approaching from the southwest if that's the way you're going. Okay.
Just gonna save a little bit of time.
So as you approach, it's around midnight at this point. Several hours, actually about 1 o'clock in the morning at this point.
Sweet.
And you, in the darkness, you each have dark vision. You come across a sprawling villa that is both rustic and elegant in appearance. It has intricate stone masonry throughout, coupled with areas of tan stucco. The building appears to be only one floor, surrounded by a stone wall that obscures it mostly from view, from the ground level. There are ramparts and towers along the wall. Morthos, you can't really see inside, but Wolfram, you see that there are several outbuildings built into the inside of the walls. Stables, what looks to be a small smithy. There's a large oak tree in the northwest corner and a small pagoda in the middle of southwest gardens with patches of gardens all throughout. There's a small creek that runs through the eastern portion of the compound underneath the stone wall with grates that are built into the creek. There are two small footbridges laid over the creek for ease of ingress and egress to the outbuildings, which are on the opposite side of the creek. Two gates are present in the outer wall, one situated to the north and one to the south of the compound, with a third entrance in the wall that enters directly into the stables. The villa has a large central slate roof with a steep pitch that you imagine contains high vaulted ceilings inside. And that main roof slopes down to another layer of much flatter pitched roofs, and atop them there are several guards who make their rounds diligently. There are also several guards stationed in the towers on the outer wall. The central roof does have several skylight-type windows embedded at various places throughout, allowing for light to stream into the central chamber. There are multiple entrances to the villa itself, one from each direction, though the main entrance seems to be a set of double doors that opens into the main hall from the south. Several gardens growing varieties of produce, lettuce, cabbage, tomatoes, carrots, green beans, and the ilk are scattered throughout. As you fly over watch, you see all of this, and Morthos kind of, I presume you take up a position and wait for Wolfram.
Let me
Yes.
scout.
Wolfram, as you take all of this in, I need you to roll an investigation check to see what you can make of the compound.
Mm-hmm. Come on, baby. Hold on, I'm on my spell sheet here. A 24. No. Sorry, 19.
That's a big difference. Okay. Okay, so with the 19, you notice that the guard presence seems to be heavier on the western side of the wall, facing the cliff, than on the eastern side of the wall. And though you can't quite discern why or what, there seems to be an odd pattern to the skylights, the sky windows that are in the roof. There's just something about it which strikes you as not haphazard but intentional.
What do I see in those skylights?
You fly up to them and you look through.
Are there other windows in the building? I would
There are
like
other
to-
windows lower down. Many of them have shades that are drawn at this time of night, and the skylights that you go to, in fact, also have shades that are drawn on them.
Well, I would be trying to look through whatever windows I could. So, actually, I will just use my special vision, ghastly vision,
Okay.
ghostly gaze,
Okay.
to scout as much as I can see through the walls and see. I'm looking for evidence. I want 5K.
How long does that last?
I think forever.
I can see through solid objects out to 30 feet, and it lasts 1 minute. 1 minute. That'd be great. Oh yeah, all the subscriptions.
Just last week, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. If I'm looking through some walls, am I able to see through the area where the skylights are, or is it magically warded, or what?
Well, now, I mean, the area, the windows just have shades on them, but with your vision, you're able to peer through easily enough.
Noise.
You take 10 minutes. Where do you want to focus your perspective? It's a large villa with many rooms, all a singular floor, so you, with 30 feet, you get the sense that you could pretty easily see everything.
Probably closer to where most of the guards are? You said the west
So
side?
starting on the west side.
Just to take a glance and look in.
Okay.
I'd also, at one point during when I know I can see, I would like to utilize a moment to fly down to ground level and see what I see under the house.
Nice. What a map. That's sweet.
So this is what you see.
Love it.
All of it.
There's a large central chamber with a giant
Sweet table.
table that looks fit for housing large parties, gatherings.
Yeah.
There are exquisite accoutrement for lavish parties. You see 2 suits of armor that flank the main door, and entrances that go throughout. There is a large kitchen just off of the hall. There is a side room that is just for simple meetings. There's a lavatory at different places.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Other bedrooms and what look to be a guard's barracks that are there. Storage, large fireplace, and more rooms, some of which are decorated more lavishly. There's a study in the eastern side, which look to have some papers and things like that therein. Another bathroom, a couple other bathrooms. Stables at the south with the smithy, and there at this time of night there are guards that are posted at each of the 4 corners. There's one on this side of the roof here. The heavily pitched roof is over the central chamber here. There is another guard on the roof here and another guard on the roof here. So there are more guards kind of focused over in this direction.
Okay.
Roll another investigation check with your...
I can never perceive things. I always have to investigate them.
Well, this is now trying to put together what you've seen.
What I'm looking for is any kind of locked chests or what looks to be locked rooms.
Yep.
Or hidden rooms, really.
Yep.
I'm going to use an advantage on this one.
Okay, you're using your advantage.
Come on, baby. Investigation was a 16.
16.
Oh, well, passive is 18. 19 with a stone. That's funny. 19.
All right, so you. 19. Good luck still.
That's what he needed. Yes.
All right.
This is gonna be the easiest $2,000. But whatever.
There are 3 things that catch your eye.
The map.
The first is a. You notice that this room does have a chamber inside the desk. So there are the normal drawers, but there seems to be another chamber inside the desk. You can't tell how it's accessed,
Nice.
but with other papers inside.
Okay.
You also see in this room, which is just off of the central chamber, that underneath the rug is a trapdoor.
Ooh.
And that trapdoor goes down and underneath in a straight path under the gardens and into a hidden room underneath
Now I see that
the tree.
the tree is removable.
Hello.
Oh man, a hidden room.
Love it.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Underneath the tree, you now see that there seems to be a ladder and an entrance inside of the garden. On top of it is
Camouflage.
it's a shade garden with night orchids and flowers of that nature. But then there's also this entrance in from the side, and inside you see what looks to be a small altar that is set up. And you see that on that altar, as you kind of fly over, are different figurines and statues and things like that that you can't quite make without seeing it up close.
Okay.
You also see that there are chains affixed to the wall, manacles, in sets of 2. There are 2 on either side. And there is, in fact, chained in one of them
A person?
a woman.
That's what I see.
That's what you see.
I see the woman, and I fly back. I don't know how far you are. A couple hundred feet from the house.
It was a tiefling woman.
Great.
Okay, I fly back to Morthos. I will reform back into me. Morthos, I have scouted from top to bottom. All is known to me. Guards upon guards.
There were several more guards. All these beds were full with other guards. And there were, to be clear, I didn't bring them all out. There was a guard posted just outside the door.
Okay.
And then another one was just seemed to be doing the rounds and
Okay.
kind of walking through.
Morthos. There is a hidden desk drawer containing paperwork, but I dare say we forget about that.
Alright. And why should we forget about the desk drawer that you say was hidden with paperwork?
There is a prisoner, a tiefling prisoner, in a hidden chamber next to this house.
That is intriguing and very interesting.
I say we get in there right now, get her, bring her back, and collect all the monies.
I wonder if she will have the information that Lady Blackwood is looking for.
Oh, I presume so. Is that the plan?
If you believe that that is our best course of action,
No, I'm asking you. The drawer? Or the tiefling lady?
if there is a lady that is chained up I would think that is the option to go after.
Understood. Ready?
Yes, can you...
I snap my fingers and cast Dimension Door, and Dimension Door us into that room. As long as we're within 500 feet.
You are within 500 feet.
I only have one spell left, though. It'll be Dimension Door.
Dimension door to get us out of here.
Didn't expect that.
That is awesome.
Yes.
So, Morthos,
Uh-oh.
Nice.
I can only get 2 out of here.
Oh no.
All right. It's all right. You can turn into a bird.
You'll have your stealth fun.
You can turn. Do you have to go?
and Wolfram, you both appear in the center of the chamber.
We're about to die.
We're good.
That isn't water, right? That we're standing on?
No, that's a rug. That's a carpet, a lavish purple carpet that leads up
Alright.
to a altar.
And a sentry comes out and bangs
At
his
the front of the altar is a statue of what looks to be a demonic figure.
Got it.
You don't know. Well, roll a religion check.
Bring it back with you.
I know nothing.
Meta game.
Intelligence.
6.
I'm not a smart person.
Nope.
11.
Neither,
12.
Neither. Flippin' it. Yeah.
You now know everything.
Add that into your sheet.
I will, yes.
You don't know what it is, but it is looks to be of a polished obsidian with red gem eyes. It is
Worth at least 7,000 gold.
exquisite in design. There is also a bowl of a red liquid in front of it.
Sure, Eli would try
Yeah,
it. I'm
bring
sure.
some of that back too.
And
Don't touch
you
it, don't
now
touch it, don't
you
touch
see the tiefling woman who was hanging there before. You see that her throat is slit.
Aww. She dead. Is she dead?
She okay?
Oh,
Hi.
okay. Perfect. Alright. Morthos.
There is also a laver of water to the side, which has a bull's head with an open mouth, with water that's just flowing out of it.
Okay. I didn't know she was dead.
Yes, apparently you missed that one.
Can you pick her locks?
Of
We'll
course.
be taking her with us.
Okay.
As an object, not as a person.
I will attempt to pick her locks.
I like it.
23.
They, with ease, snap off, and her body falls limp on the ground.
With an action, I will cast detect the ritual detect magic.
Okay. So the casting time on that is
1 action.
you cast detect magic, and you detect magic from the 2 light sources that flank the statue. They are essentially candles of perpetual light.
Cool.
So they're just constantly alight.
It's fire or radiant light?
Radiant light.
Roll bad.
Okay.
Roll bad.
And
Instantly cursed.
Morthos.
there is a necromantic aura coming from the statue.
Of course there is. Can you check for traps around the altar? I believe we should take the statue.
Sure, we were gonna investigate for traps first.
Don't touch though.
I haven't touched nothing. That would be a 19.
No traps as far as you can see.
I did not see anything. Did I attempt to remove it?
Good team.
I have this bag you can try and put it in. Can you lift things with your special hand?
I can. Well, depending if the statue weighs more than 10 pounds.
By way of reminder, because I saw the question asked, Wolfram has a book that used to belong to Vincent that makes the 10 minutes ritual
removed, so you can cast a ritual without the 10-minute penalty.
That's a cool book.
Is the statue more than 10 pounds?
Are you picking it up?
With mage hand.
Oh, you go to pick it up and you cannot.
Ooh.
They're not
Seems
worth
to be rather heavy.
heavy.
Listen, I don't know what to do with it, but I really think we should put it in our bag and try and mess with these people's plans, whatever it is. And I
You
need to be
believe-
around to remove us from this room, so you go ahead and attempt to put it in my bag, please.
All right.
Oh, no.
Good thing you brought the muscle.
Yes, good
Hold on,
thing
let
I am the strongest one
Is
here.
there a way? Is there any way? The unseen servant can't lift
forceps?
it.
Something like
I don't know how much can an unseen servant lift? Can you? Oh, how big is this thing?
I think it's menial tasks, like
Yeah.
with 10 pounds. It's kind of the same.
ooh. Can you put the bag like over it and like
I probably could do that.
That's a good idea.
I'm
Not
not there.
metagaming
I'm
there
sorry.
We just don't want you guys to die.
It was his leadership that gave you that.
Yeah,
idea.
Yes.
inspiration. He just hears it in.
Mhm. What would Eli do?
Especially the
I'm
oh boy.
It doesn't actually give a weight limit.
All
So
right,
that means I'm
I wouldn't count if his,
That means
if his hand
unlimited.
can't do it. He can't do it.
Unlimited.
All right, so I give Morthos the bag to try and envelop.
Take it and just try to put it right over top of it.
Okay, you get to a table and are you...
So swoop it underneath.
So you pick up the statue to put it in.
Yeah, I mean, that's what right?
Without.
Wait, maybe slide it off the table as it falls into the bag and close it as it falls.
Acrobatics
around.
check.
Yeah.
All right.
Use your skills, Morthos.
I will
Sleight of hand.
Attempt to slide it off and right into the bag.
Roll sleight of hand.
With advantage.
Goes out the bottom.
Centering.
That's all right. I'm really good at that. 26.
As you push the outside of the bag against the black, dark as night, kind of onyx obsidian idol that is there, you feel the necrotic energy radiating,
Oh boy, there goes the bag of holding.
and you quickly swoop it together
Indiana
and
Jones
pull it
style.
tight. And after a moment,
My bag is cursed.
nothing happens.
Nothing happens. I immediately give it back to Walter. Here.
It weighs the same. Okay, now what? Oh, take the rest of this crap too. The lights, they're forever.
Oh, sure. Throw them in your bag.
Nope, that's the thing that's
Yeah, right.
Like
Well, I
lighting on
think
fire?
we'll take our blessings as we receive
Yes.
them.
No. This is
Now, how much does this tiefling look like she weighs?
Maybe 120 pounds.
Can you put her on your shoulders real quick?
I will attempt to.
How rotten is she?
Ugh.
Or just recent?
She's not. She's.
The guard's gonna control him. So.
She is not. I mean, when she falls to the ground, her body is kind of
Rigor
rigid.
mortis-y?
But the room does not smell of rotting flesh.
Okay.
You can't tell if that's because a gentle repose was cast on her or if it's just been recent. You can try to roll a medicine check to discern.
Well, I want to see if she's dead. That's all.
Well, she is.
She's dead.
Definitely
She's
dead.
dead.
I got an 18, 19.
She is dead.
All right. Can you lift her, please? And we'll get out of here.
A 19, so that would be 17 for strength.
Wow. -2, huh?
-2.
Are you wearing the
Holding her?
gloves?
No, I don't think
Not
he
yet.
gave them to me. I asked him, but he didn't give them to
What
me.
did you?
Oh, yeah, I did.
No, yeah,
Did
you
you?
did.
For sure.
Oh, if he gave them to me, then I would have spent the time in the house attuning to him. If that's all right.
Okay.
All right,
So
so-
you have Kildrick's gloves of orcish
So then it would have
strength.
been an unnatural 20.
So immediately upon him
Because of the
lifting him
little
up,
+1.
lifting the dead object up, I will cast Dimension Door again to get out of there and envision the same spot we left from.
Okay, and that allows for you to do what? I know you can bring him through, but what can he bring through?
It's everything that he's holding, but it specifically says one willing creature.
Just want to make sure we're getting it right.
Yep.
Bring along
Teleport myself.
objects as long as their weight doesn't exceed what you can carry.
He's carrying it.
Alright, you said I'm carrying it.
Right. So that goes to your strength modifier, which with the gloves on is what?
Well, now it's
4.
12, so +1.
So +1. No, but what's your overall strength is 12.
12, yeah.
And the way that
Oh, with the gloves, your strength is a +4 modifier. This is 12.
I was an
sorry.
8,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
well, it just sets it at 12.
I forgot
12.
they're not 19 gloves.
Right.
I don't ever do carrying capacity.
Sorry, is he lifting her?
Roll an athletics check to see if you're able to maneuver her body through the gate quickly enough.
That's fair.
4.
Yikes.
The
Get to cut
dimension door is emitted by Wolfram, and he has his hand on you. You try to take the body with you, but as the speed of it goes, and this is only the second time you've done this, you're not quite used to it, and you lose your grip on the body, and you are whisked away without the body.
I thought I'd wolf on him. It's just too heavy for me.
Well, she was already dead. I don't think we could have saved her. Let's go!
Do we believe that this is enough for Lady Blackwood?
I can feel the power
Okay.
still.
Okay, so you have this idol.
What?
This is about 2 a.m. now,
2 a.m.
and you
Right.
have
Going right to Lady Blackwood,
I do not want this thing in my
it.
house.
and we're stealth on our way to Lady Blackwood's.
you make your way to Lady Blackwood's. You get there at around 3 o'clock in the morning
Oh,
to the gate that is
Yeah.
closed.
I am tired.
I need you both to roll Constitution checks.
Crit.
A save?
Yeah, say,
Gosh.
You are on fire.
Morthos, you're ridiculous.
In fuego.
14.
14.
He
you
feels like
both
he's in his element
are
right
able
now.
to resist the exhaustion, and
Let's go
you
right home
approach.
after
A
this.
new guard is there. Yeah. Who are you, and what are you doing here at
Tell.
3 o'clock in the morning?
I know it is late, but tell Lady Blackwood I have the information that she was seeking. Tell her it is Morthos.
You can come back in the morning. She's not seeing anyone now. She's asleep.
This is an emergency.
When I tell you that she will want this information, she will want it now.
Roll persuasion with advantage because he's helping you. Better roll well.
How's a 19?
Look, it might be an emergency, but you can come back first thing in the morning.
What is your name?
My name doesn't matter.
Oh, what will? What is your name?
Ooh, intimidation.
For when I tell her that you are the bumbling idiot who did not let me in.
He looks at you with a little coy smile. Goodbye, Tiefling.
Okay.
Just rest there.
It's 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Wolfram, I will just sit right here if you want.
I don't know. If
I
I
do
can
not-
get a proper rest at this location.
Well, at 3 o'clock in the morning, we are not getting a proper rest no matter what.
Okay. I'll lay here with you. Wake me when she's awake.
And I look back at him, telling me when she wakes. And I'm going to sit there.
doesn't say anything. He just sits back at his post and just kind of watches you. And
Staring contest still 7 in the morning.
I win.
you watch as the sun rises on the horizon, glistening off the rooftops of the city. There is a beautiful view of much of the city from here as you are up on the slopes of Mount Waterdeep. You can't see out to the ocean beyond, but it is mesmerizing to watch the lights of the city kind of go out as the sun rises and the city comes to life, and you hear and see the commotion of this city of splendor coming to life. At around 6 a.m., the sun is up and the darkness has gone. You have stayed awake for 3 hours.
Yep.
Wolfram is snoring next to you.
That's fine.
Drooling on your shoulder.
And the guard is there. Another hour goes by, 7 o'clock. Another hour goes by, 8 o'clock, and he leaves. And another guard comes. Can I help you guys?
Yes, hopefully more than your friend before you. Would you tell the lady that Morthos is here with the information that she requested?
Roll persuasion.
Those were helpful snores.
21.
Alright, I'll be back. Several minutes later, you are again before Lady Blackwood. Mofos?
What do you call me?
What's up, mofos?
My lady, first let me introduce to you Wolfram.
Wolfram.
The pleasure is Morthos's. Good morning.
I could
Mine,
not...
I mean.
Yes, it's
Good
been a long
morning.
night.
Pleasure is yours, I'm sure.
Mine. Yes.
I could not wait, and we went last night to the place that we had talked about, the Undercliff, and
You are a bold individual,
well,
the kind I admire.
He
Why,
doesn't
thank you.
use bows, he uses blades.
she said bold. Listen
Are you
Don't be
mocking
rude.
my speech impediment?
He is an old man. You will
No.
have to forgive him.
I just misunderstood. I apologize.
You know, when you get old, sometimes you can't hear very well. That is
That is
definitely
not
the
true. I
case
hear
with
very
him.
well. That is the problem. Sorry.
It's like Abbott and Costello.
Anyway, thanks to my friend Wolfram, we,
At your service.
I believe, uncovered what you would want to know. Wolfram,
What?
would you like to explain to the lady what we found?
Ooh, underground altar, dead tiefling girl. Nothing in particular inside the house except for this underground altar room where we found a demonic statue of necrotic origins and what seemingly looked like a sacrificial blood bowl. Should we please?
Good morning.
Is this evidence enough for
This
us?
Oh.
is excellent news.
I don't think it is. How do we solve this problem?
Did you bring any evidence?
No. Yes.
How about the statue itself?
Bring it out. Let me see it.
Do you have a room inside that perhaps may be warded against things?
I will tell you it is emanating some type of necrotic energy still.
You have not queened this object of its
Ah.
power?
Unfortunately, I do not possess those skills. Wolfram, do you?
I don't know.
Clearly, your powers of stealth and infiltration are impressive. However,
unless you present to me the evidence safe, I cannot give you the additional compensation.
I mean, I was here when the deal was made.
You are saying that there was an auto to a demonic Faust. Are they demon worshippers? Devil worshippers? What demon? What devil was on display?
Well, we seem to be fine. Let's just pull it out. Let's just whip it out. Are we inside the house?
You are. You're in the same audience chamber as before.
I will. I will turn it upside down. Oh my. The same way that he put it in. And then I'll say, Morthos. Oh, I don't think you can take it out of here. And then I will think about the statue and lift up. See what happens.
Nothing happens. Shit. Requires your hand to grab it out.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Or I can turn it inside out. And all my secrets will be revealed.
Everything will come out.
Lady Blackwood, do you have a mage? Are you a mage by chance?
I am not.
Do you have one working for you currently?
I could bring one here, but there was a cost, and therefore an accompanying discount.
I completely failed this. Okay, I reach in and I grab the statue.
Oh no!
And put it on the ground.
I need to roll a Constitution save.
Come on, baby.
You have an advantage.
12.
You still have an advantage.
What's alright? I just rolled a 3, so before that.
Where is it?
Well, we're in the right city if we need to cleanse somebody, because Nye's here.
Hopefully, it won't cost 7,000 gold.
As you grab hold
might.
of the idol and put it down before you, there is immediately a flash of pale green light, and
She's gonna be so pissed.
you
Everyone else will be saved.
rolled a 12.
Correct.
I'm trying to find. I didn't write this down.
Good. Nothing happens.
Red herring.
No, I forget the name of the spell.
Oh boy.
Power word kill.
Blight. You have been blighted. Permanently. Oh, good. I didn't have to buy an item to get cursed this time.
We're gonna have to spend 6,000 of the 7,000 gold to get you cleansed.
All we need is a... him.
Yeah.
Can we just kill him and bring him back? Wouldn't that be cheaper?
Oh, there it is. Found it.
Sweet. Awesome.
Okay. You rolled a 12 on your con save.
I did. Wait.
You did not get a long rest, correct?
Disadvantage.
Oh no. Yeah. No, it doesn't matter.
It's just damage.
No, just a half of a long rest.
10,
So short rest.
20.
Oh boy. And Wolfram's dead.
How many?
No, I have plenty of health. I didn't even get hit in the fight.
34. You take 64 necrotic damage
That doesn't
Hands
sound like
down.
as
more than we had.
a radiant finger of death is cast upon you.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing over there?
What was the save for that?
12.
And what did you roll?
No, I'm sorry, it was a 13.
52.
13.
What did you roll?
12.
Can I make it an 18?
Yes.
You take 32 necrotic damage.
Oh shit! I feel the devil inside of me. He's taking over. Someone please save me. okay. Don't touch this thing.
Are you still alive?
It is safe
Damn it! I thought I was gonna get all the gold myself.
as long as you don't touch it.
The
And I
magic-
fall on the ground.
The magical energy seems to dissipate from it as you touch it. That was incredible, and I am very glad you are still alive.
Yes. Is this satisfy your request?
Do you have a glass of
Frederick.
water?
Frederick!
Where's the audio?
Yes, my lady. Come here, please. What do you need, my lady? Please take this statue and put it on my table over there.
Frederick, don't touch.
Of course, my lady. He stands forward, picks it up, puts it on the table.
Just once. You suck.
Thank you, Frederick. This, you say, belonged to the Castellantos in a secret room underneath their villa.
Yes. In fact, it was in the northwest corner, under the trees.
Interesting.
I can't remember.
I am going to do some research on this idol and find out what it is. This room, was there anything else of note about it besides the dead woman?
There was the water, right? There was water coming out of,
There were,
just continuously coming out.
there were radiant candles,
And the radiant candles.
eternal flames,
And the bull's head.
yes.
Yes. The bull's head.
Bull's Head Well Fountain.
Yes. Bull's head well fountain.
A boar's head. And there was ingress into this room from where?
From the field, 500 feet away.
I
Wow.
cannot teleport,
Oh.
if that is what you are suggesting.
You said that, well, there was a ladder, correct? What we saw?
Yes.
ladder. Underneath the tree in the northwest corner, there was a ladder in the shade garden that went down below. But there was also what appeared to be a passageway from one of the rooms in the building.
Very good. Frederick! Yes, my lady? Fetch me a purse.
If you're sending investigators, check the desk of the study. There's a hidden chamber underneath.
I understand. I plan no such investigation. You have just accomplished this measure
Okay.
and succeeded beyond the DM's wildest dreams.
10,000 gold.
And 10,000 experience for the group.
Wait. Please count out 5,000 gold for these two.
Nice.
Several minutes later, you have 500 pieces of platinum.
Good job, team.
I don't want to be a greedy.
I was going to say, Lady Blackwood, I believe you promised us 2,000 for information and 5,000 for proof. We did not.
You
Bring
must
you
have
both?
misheard me. It was 2,000 for information and a total of 5,000
Oh,
if there was proof presented as well.
okay,
Alright.
sorry, the lips just didn't read total.
You are an honest woman. I will take you at your
I
word.
am exceedingly honest.
Thank you for your 5,000 gold.
Oh, it is my pleasure. Have you determined where your itinerary would take you?
Actually, we have not been back with our party since I saw you last.
Well then, the Black Viper is still on the loose, and if there are other things that come up, I will alert you. Are you still staying at the Spirit Within?
We are.
Then I will alert you.
Glad you're alive.
It has been our pleasure, Lady Blackwood.
Sorry, you had some
Yes,
time
indeed.
as a bartender. She could have
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
No, it's cool.
I give Wolfram, I give him 1,500 gold.
Okay.
And when we get back, I'm assuming everyone will be up.
They're all awake.
I'm gonna walk in the front door and just plop down a bag of 2,000 gold or 20 platinums, whatever that would be. Yeah,
200
200
platinum.
platinums.
Yep.
Sorry. And put them down on the table.
Okay. Sola is continuing to meditate in the corner with Malamalama. As she seems to have returned from her evening's trip. You do notice that she looks beat to crap. And Malamalama is just kind of sitting there, guiding her through a meditation. Jaga, Yanni, Eli, you see this gold that is put down, or this platinum, 2,000 platinum.
Where did you get that?
We are short on gold, let's face it.
Oh, I'm very short on gold.
So,
I got like 7 copper.
Wolfram and I decided to help the party out, and we completed the task for Lady Blackwood. And for that task, she gave us 2,000 gold.
I look at him and my eyebrows just go.
And I think we might be able to utilize this
Trust that.
coin for the radiant servants of Seluna. And I was wondering if I could go take a nap, please.
Yes, we were both quite exhausted.
I think you guys did good. Good job.
High fives.
So you each get 500 gold. Sola will get 500 as well. Of the 2,000 that's split.
What, Wolfram and I get none of it?
Oh.
It's fine. It's fine. It needs to go towards
You're too generous.
All right.
So you're suggesting she get the full 2,000? Are you in
Oh
agreement?
no, just do what you will with it.
That is fine, whatever. Give it 500 to
I was
everyone.
attacked by a demon in this quest. I will take no part in its gold.
Oh, it was quite ironic. He got like poof. It was funny.
Okay, if you'd split it,
Yeah, we're splitting it 500 each.
Okay.
so
And then we're gonna solo. When you're done meditating, we're gonna talk about budgeting, so you can afford those beads.
she doesn't acknowledge you, but she hears you.
So 500.
And this is where we will pick up next week's episode.
So you put it in there and then hit add or now you can click off.
I'm gonna give you guys my half and my whatever.
All right, so we will
I will
continue
give it
the
back to you.
role playing in
I'll give
Waterdeep
it
next
right
week.
back to you.
Hopefully,
So you guys can
Sola
take it.
here, as
I'll buy you
well
something at the
as
store.
Matthew and his new character.
New character. Ooh.
And
I did not earn that gold, so I'm not taking
and you guys can continue forth
to
in
buy a
your
magical
adventure.
Yeah.
We are
Buy
going to
me a
give away
magical
these
weapon.
dice
I'll work on it.
before
yeah.
we call it quits.
He's got one.
Yeah, but that's
So
not,
if
that's
you-
not a great weapon.
If you would like
But
to
it's better than nothing.
win these cool Mandarin Orange translucent dice, and then type
Be a
in
great weapon.
exclamation point teleport.
Good luck spelling it.
TELEPORT.
Even this color.
Exclamation point teleport, and you can have your opportunity to win these orange dice, which we will send out to you. They're super cool.
Oh, it's not.
And stick around as we figure out who the winner is. And as we do that, we thank you for watching this show with us and enjoying some role playing tonight with some fun characters. And we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday night at 7:30 as we continue to loot, die, and repeat. Have a good day, everyone. Cheers.
We